All you peasants shall bow down to Shughead Gaming.
Hey guys, what's going on? Chris here with Shughead Gaming, and here's my review for VRobot. Developed by Ludin.io and released in North America this July 24th, this had our EU release a few weeks back. This is listed at an estimated price of $20, and of course that's depending on your region. Control a big robot and destroy entire cities with your bare hands as well as a variety of weapons. I know, this sounds pretty awesome. Is it? Let's find out. As always guys, if you liked that video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more PSVR content from me, please consider subscribing. And for updates, hit that bell icon. As always, graphics are up first. VRobot's graphics are a simple affair, coming off more like a Lego city, but without the imagination or really anything at all to make them interesting to walk through. Cities are made up of incredibly simple textures, and besides a few details here and there, they really lack anything to make them special. Draw distance is acceptable, and as each level consists of only a small island-type city, it does the job. Lighting like texture work is basic and substandard, and short of a few cool weapon effects, it really does nothing for the game. There are no weather changes or day-night cycles, so what you see is what you get. Of course, this is a game about destroying cities, and unfortunately, the damage models used here are incredibly rudimentary and boring. Hit a house or skyscraper and everything turns to various sizes of smaller blocks. And that's basically the extent of the destructibility. Objects like cranes can be picked up and thrown, but nothing is breakable, and while there are pedestrians running around, they're nothing more than tiny stick figures and cannot be interacted with. All in all, this is graphical boredom defined, and while the textures here are relatively sharp and your robot hands and weapons look pretty decent, unfortunately that's where the positivity ends. Sound is up next. Like the graphics, this is a basic package. Sound effects here are about as standard as they get. Buildings make crumbling sounds when you hit them, but there's no real sense of impact or the power of your robot. Cities make general city-type sounds, with the sounds of car horns and traffic being audible as you walk around, but that's about it. There's no use of 3D sound and zero dynamics to the sounds at work. The sound mix here is the same in every level, and it doesn't even change to take into account that you're leveling an entire city. No screams, no sirens, nothing. Also disappointing is that even your robot makes zero sounds in the environment. Not having the sound of gyros in your massive hands or the boom of your foot impacts is a huge miss and really neuters the entire experience. There's no music, no voice work, so like graphics, this is a bland affair and comes off as very undercooked. And that brings us to gameplay. So you're a robot, and across 10 levels and a few city layouts, you're tasked walking through these cityscapes and destroying them. And when I say walk, I mean teleport. And when I say you are tasked with destroying them, that's actually just a guess. I say that because at no time is there ever any direction as to what to do. You're placed in an open map setting and given various levels to go into. There are no instructions, no tutorials, and not even a settings menu. Nothing. In fact, I've even seen a few YouTube reviews even say that there's not a turning option. There is, but they never tell you. The basics are this: you can teleport with either move controller. When choosing your teleport location, turn that hand left or right. You're rolling your wrist, I mean, and adjust the arrow on your teleport pointer to the direction you wish to face. You can also teleport on top of buildings to reach a higher viewpoint. Use your hands or any specific weapon to destroy the building around you, or pick up a building or a piece of it and throw it. Picking and throwing physics as well as hit detection is a little off, so also don't expect much from that either. Once you've done enough damage, the exit door appears and you're done the level. Levels can be beaten in a matter of minutes, and the entire game can be beaten in as little as 25 minutes. And I use the term beaten very loosely. The only real highlight to the game is a few of the weapons, the coolest of which is Thors' hammer. Throw it and it comes back to you. Then reach into the sky and call upon the heavens to wield electrical mayhem to the city below. It is in moments like these that you can begin to see where some fun could be had, but this is fleeting at best and really reserved for a younger and less critical audience. This game uses only Move controllers and should probably be played standing with a moderate amount of room, as you will be swinging your arms and likely crouching down to pick up buildings. Motion sickness should be at a minimum, as well as your fun factor. And speaking of which, that brings us to fun factor and my final verdict. VRobot was actually dumb fun for about 5 minutes. Crushing buildings and feeling like a giant robot was entertaining, even if it wasn't particularly thrilling. Unfortunately, this just feels like an unfinished proof of concept that got shelved and then just released. Nothing here is broken, it's just empty and lacks any real focus, direction, or point. On Steam, this is actually listed as an early access game and is currently selling for less than $10. Odd and yet ridiculous is that this is now passed off as a finished game on the PSN store and at twice the price. And that brings me to my final verdict. I rate games on a scale of buy, wait for a sale, or burn it to the ground. This is a burn it to the ground. I was originally going to say a deep sale, like $5, but with even the quality Archangel, another giant robot title, having been that cheap on sale, I really can't recommend this game at all. This is definitely an early access title, and since Sony has a no early access stance on games, this should not even be in the store for purchase. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more PSVR content from me, please consider subscribing. And you know the deal. For updates, hit that bell icon. I'll catch you guys in my next video.